It's hammer time as we reach P3 in the world on this week's Daily Race B. We're going to have a look at the full track guide to show you how we did it, as well as looking at this week's dailies. Let's check it out. And here we are, welcome back to the channel. The latest video on GT7, and we're going to look at this week's daily races, but before we do that, we're going to go across to the garage. We have a gift in there waiting for us. So if we scroll across to your gifts, and everyone should be getting these if you're logging in. There's 100,000 credits just for logging into the actual game as well. So a reward just for the campaign itself. So an easy 100,000 credits there for you. But we're going to show you the livery of the car that we're actually going to use for this 2 weeks Daily Race B. This is an absolute gem. Now shout out to Indy Woods who actually created this for me. Now I did mention that Thor is my favourite superhero, and he came up with this literally a few hours later. So let's marvel in the greatness of this car. Absolutely fantastic livery there. Shout out to Indy Woods. So on to the daily races. Go into sport mode as usual. We click onto our daily races and let's see what's in store for us this week. So daily race A, we're at Tsukuba circuit. We've got 7 laps around this short circuit with 12 cars on the circuit. No tyre wear or fuel. We're on sports hard tyres, and this is a specified car with no setup required for this race. So 7 laps around here in this car could be quite fun, and it should be very close racing on that one, being such a short circuit. On to daily race B, return of the death chicane, as we've got 4 laps around Dragontail Seaside. No fuel or tyre wear, GR4 cars, racing hard tyres, and brake balance allowed as per usual. Daily race C, we're at Sardegna, and we've got 12 cars around here. We're in GR3 cars, we've got fuel times 2, tyre wear times 5, racing medium and racing soft required. Again, only brake balance allowed. So this one will probably be a soft medium run. So we're going to concentrate on the track guide for daily race B. So we're going to choose the car. As we showed you, we're going to choose the Lambo GR4 car, making sure that we've got our racing hard tyres on. Click onto qualifying time trial, and away we go. So for assists on this one, we've got no traction control, counter steer we have off, ABS we're running on default, and brake balance we've got -3 to the front. This car does have a tendency to kind of oversteer under braking, so -3 felt good to me. So onto the lap itself, as we're using our teammate RTR Seagull, also known as Jake, as the ghost. Actually P1 at the minute. So first braking zone, we're looking at the start of the red curb on the right hand side. We're going to brake just after we pass that there. So brake in a straight line, very important one to get right. We come down to second gear. What you want to try and do, you want to avoid going too far to the left hand side of these curbs. Now normally in other formulas you can really attack these curbs, but in this Lambo, as it's very low, you just stay away from the inside of that curb because it will upset the car and you won't be able to rotate the car in. Come to this right hander, absolutely flat out. Again, avoid the curb on the inside. I'll just slow it down for you now. Just as the grass starts there on the left hand side, as this comes out of shot, we get level with that, we're going to hit the brakes to come down to second gear. Come off the brakes before we turn in. And get on the accelerator as early as you can. Use all the curb on the exit. So on the run to the downhill section now, tricky one to get right. So we're looking for that orange paint on the barrier on the right hand side. As we get level with that, we're just going to hit the brakes, literally about 50% of the brake, let the car kind of slide in a little bit, and get on accelerators as early as you can. Very important to get a good drive through here because you flat out all the way to the hairpin at the end of this downhill section. So again, be careful not to take too much of those curbs for those fast S's, because it will upset the car. Downhill braking for the next one. 2 braking references, we've got the 150 board and the start of the curb on the left hand side. The braking pretty much level with those just after. Brake in a straight line for as long as you can. Get a late apex for this one and stamp on that throttle in second gear. Get a good drive out this corner. Now as we come to it, the infamous death chicane. So flat out for this little section here. I'm just going to slow it down for you. This death chicane is flat out if you get it right. We do take it flat. We need to get as close to this barrier on the left hand side as possible. to open at this right-hander. I mean, I can guarantee you every single person that's played this game has died at that chicane at some point. Absolute nightmare. But you've got to get it right, and it does take time and patience. Last braking zone, we'll two references again. The orange paint in barrier and also the rock on the left hand side. Are these going to go out of shot? That's when you're going to be hitting the brakes. So before the 100 board, very important to braking before the 100 board in that last corner. So we're down to second gear, and again you want to take a late apex for this one to get a good acceleration. You see we actually have to cut the throttle momentarily, so I thought I was going to run wide. Then cut the curb on the left hand side. That's not necessary, but we did it anyway. Maybe shaves you a tiny bit of time. But we come across the line to a 144.986, which puts us P3 in the world at the time of recording. You can see the ghost that we're using, actually our teammate, RTR Seagull, currently holding P1 at the minute. So let's have a look at the chase cam. We're going to show you another perspective of how we did the lap. Let's come to the first corner, braking just after that red paint where it starts. A little bit of sliding, which actually helps you rotate. It helps you get around this chicane nicely. So light out in third gear, into fourth, change into fifth, avoid the curve on the inside, brake at the start of the grass, come down to second gear, again light apex, getting that throttle really early if you can, use all the track on the exit, do that quite nicely. Very important corner to get right this one, no mentioned it, but you literally flat out all the way to that hairpin. Let the car slide in a little bit. Just avoid the curbs on the right hand side there. You don't want to take this too much of that curb. Like I said, in other formulas you can take that flat out. Normally in McLaren GR4 car as well, you can take a lot more of the curb, and this Lambo is quite low, so avoid those curbs at all costs. Start the curb, or just after, we're hitting the brakes. Late apex for this one, stamp on the throttle in second gear. Could have got on the throttle a little bit early there, because you can run wide a little bit more there and use a bit more of the track. Come to the dash chicane, you can see at full speed just how dedicated we are. We don't lift at all, absolutely flat out. Do that nice. Get a bit of a slide on coming out there, so we actually do lose a bit of time. If you look on the actual track breakdown, you can see we lose a little bit of time coming on there from the delta. So not the smoothest of exits. But we nailed this one pretty nicely. Apart from the exit just there, we had to lift slightly. Looking back there, I could have kept it planted. Cost us a little bit of time as we run to the line. But nonetheless, a decent time to get you up this grid. So as usual guys, we'll leave you with the replay. I mean, let me know if this does help you improve your lap time. This I do think will be quite a difficult race in GR4. I don't think many people actually run away with this one. I think this will literally be survival of the fittest. The death chicane will be make or break on this one, so it should make for a very entertaining race, as it usually does around Dragon Tail. Definitely a lot of drama to come. So let me know what you guys think of this week's dailies. Are you going to be racing anything this week? Any of these take your fancy? Let me know. But for now, we'll leave you with the rest of the replay. Like and subscribe to the channel, where I do a lot more of these, as well as track guides to earn you 2 million credits. But for now, that's me done, and I'll see you all on the next one. Laters.